Hi, everyone. My name is Coach Huseman. I have the opportunity and the privilege and the pleasure of being the head track and field coach at Olathe North. We got 15 minutes that I'm going to try to get through kind of the basics for the track and field program. And again, this is the video parent meeting, but if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and we'll get you guys answered. So less than 15 minutes to go and we'll get you on out of here. Thank you. All right. If this is going. There we go. All right. First up is going to be communication. I'm going to say this several times, but honest, timely, and open communication will solve almost all problems. So nothing that we can't work through. First thing I want you guys to look at is there's two different websites. You can go back and forth between the two from either one. The top one, OlatheNorthRunning.com, is the actual track and field cross-country website. That's where you're going to find more of your just information. So forms, school records, calendars, schedules, all that kind of stuff. And then the second one is OlatheNorthAthletics.com. That's actually the school's website. And again, we have an actual track page on there, but they both go back and forth, just different information. We try to put both or the same information on both of them, but either one you can get back and forth. So OlatheNorthRunning.com and or OlatheNorthAthletics.com. Next part, kind of communication, is going to be the Remind text message service. If you want to sign up as a parent, I'll send you guys. There's sometimes that I'll just send stuff to the kids, but anything that's going out, I'll try to send you guys as well. And if you want to sign up for that, so you're going to send it to the number, you're going to text to the number 81010, and then in the message line, you're going to use at ONTF21P. So Olathe North Track and Field 21 for 2021, and then P for parents. So at ONTF21P, and you're going to put that in the message. And then you'll just follow some prompts and it'll get you all signed up. So I'll be sending out information via the text that way. Fourth thing down is my email address. So lhuseman@olatheschools.org. Any questions that you have, just shoot me an email, and I might not get to it over the weekend. I might not get to it in the evenings because of my family, but if it's at school, I'll try to get to it by the end of the day or the next day. So any questions, just shoot me an email. And then the last three on there are our kind of social media stuff that we got. My Twitter is at Coach Huseman. And then the team Twitter is at ONXCTF. And then we have a team Instagram, which is Olathe North TF. All three of those are just going to be celebrations, results, that kind of stuff. If it's information, it'll come out via Remind, but if we're trying to celebrate and kind of highlight the stuff that we're doing at practice or at meets, it'll be on, one or all three of those social media stuff. So I'm going to try to kind of overload you with communication, and then it's not on here, but the weekly newsletter that'll have schedules and just any other pertinent information on it will come as well. So if you ever have a question, please don't reach out, or please don't hesitate to reach out. I definitely want you to be able to know what's going on and feel comfortable doing that. So any way that you choose, do that, but I'm going to try to kind of overload you with information. So anyways, here are our coaches for this year. Just going left to right, I'll kind of tell you who they are and then what events they do. But these are the guys that are working with your children. Now, I am the head coach, but I will primarily work with the distance athletes. So if your kiddo's a sprinter or a hurdler or a thrower, I take pride in kind of knowing who everyone is, but these other guys and gals are the people that are really working with them. So anyways, okay, this is me on the far left. Levi Huseman, I'm the head coach, but I'll work with distance. Next is Jessica Johnson, the real Coach Johnson, if you will. She'll be working with the distance group as well. Next to her is Aaron Hannon. He'll be working with our hurdlers as well as our high jumpers. Next is Jeremiah Bear and Enoch Impo. Jeremiah will be working with our long sprinters, so that's our 400, 800 folks. And Coach Impo will be working with our short sprinters, so that's our 100, 200, and then they'll kind of have some 400 as well. But those are kind of our sprint coaches. Next are our three throws coaches. We have Zach Johnson, him and the real Coach Johnson, our husband and wife. Zach will be working with our shot putters. Mary Lecker will be working with our javelin throwers, and then Brian McCall will be working with our discus throwers. But all three of those guys will be working kind of with the throws group as a whole. Together, they'll be helping out. But those will be their like main events that they're working with. And then last but certainly not least, over here on the end is Shayla Smith. She'll be working with our horizontal jumpers, so that's our long jump and triple jump, and then she'll be probably assisting some with the sprints as well. So these are the guys and gals that are, again, working with your kiddos. If you ever have a question or need to get a hold of any of them, shoot me an email and I'll kind of facilitate all that other stuff for you. So again, these are them. But if you have a question, let me know. Oh, and before we move on, please come up and say hi. We do want to meet you. We understand that the safety and security with COVID is a thing, but if nothing else, just kind of give us a wave and introduce yourself. But we truly would like to get to know you. All right. Next, in terms of the schedule, this is an actual PDF document that you can access on olathenorthrunning.com. If you go there, it's under the schedules and results tab. Get it, print it out, put it on your refrigerator. But it's got every meet. If there's anything kind of special going on, the days that are no school, it's got everything on there. So print it out. If it's left blank on a day, that just means that it is normal practice, which is from 3:20 to 5:30. We do expect the kids to be there, so practice is never canceled. If it's raining, we'll go inside. If it's not safe to be outside, we'll be inside, that kind of stuff. But here's just the general schedule. Granted, things could change, but we'll definitely communicate if that happens. So give that, find it, print it out, and then you'll kind of have everything. All right, next, do want to spend some time just talking about our philosophy. You're going to see and kind of hear me say this always compete idea a lot. And what that basically means is that we want the kids and ourselves to be always competing with themselves to be the very best versions of themselves. This doesn't mean winning anything. It means being better today than you were yesterday. And that doesn't just apply to being an athlete. Obviously, as an athlete, we want you to, throw further or jump higher, or run faster, whatever it is. You got to be here and you want to get better, right? I mean, that's part of what we say when we mean always compete. What we always mean, and we also mean as a teammate, that you have to be positive and take care of each other. And we want to continually be being better at that every day. As a student, we want to be respectful to our teachers. We want to take care of our grades, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We want to do things better than they've ever been done before. And every single day, we want to be able to say that. And then that really kind of goes into this idea of long-term development. As we go from day to day, week to week, season to season, or even year to year, we want to continually be getting better. Our goal is to never sacrifice something today for something later on down the line. That means that we're not going to push through an injury. It just means that we want to continually get better. And the way I say it is always competing. So that's our basic philosophy and everything that we're going to view through that lens. In terms of the basics and how we're going to try and do that is we have high expectations for the kids. Part of that is we have high time expectations. We want the kids to be here. And if they can't be here, they can't get better. So in terms of time, they need to be here from 3:20 to 5:30. That's kind of the times that they're blocking out. Sometimes do we get done before that? Sure, but we still want to block out this time so that we can get everything done that we need to. I obviously left off in terms of effort, but we want we want the effort high. If you're going to be here, you need to be here, and you need to do it right. And that requires effort, and it's just kind of the way it goes. Next, in terms of junior varsity or varsity, that's kind of where our team is split up. There's no cuts. Varsity is a certain number of kids, and then junior varsity is everyone else. First, we'll have varsity consideration marks. Just because you're the best person on our team doesn't mean that you're a varsity athlete. If you have to be at the varsity level in order to do that. Assuming that you're routinely hitting those marks or those times, then you're eligible for varsity competition. Then after that, you have to be one of the best 2 or 3 on our team in order to do that. And then going along with that, participation isn't equal. Not everyone's going to get a chance to be a varsity athlete. Not everyone's going to get a chance to do every event that they want to do. This is a high school varsity sport, and we want the kids to do really, really well. And that's just that's kind of part of it. So we want to be upfront with that. Next, in terms of uniforms, we will provide uniforms for the kids. So that'll be a uniform top and uniform bottom. Team gear and spirit wear, that store's already actually been closed. I did order a bunch of extra shirts. We got some extra sweats and that kind of stuff that we can provide the kids if they weren't able to do that. So we want to make sure everyone's taken care of, and we'll do that, but just communicate, let me know. And then last, just real quick on lettering, we will award varsity letters. There's 4 ways that an athlete can do that. The first is competing in varsity meets. I think it's 4 meets is what we have in our handbook. Next is medaling or scoring team points at the league meet. If you're on the regional team or the state team, you'll automatically letter. And the last one is if you've been in our program for 3 and 4 years and you've done a great job those 3 and or 4 years, then we'll award you a letter for that as well. So that's kind of just the basics for the program. All right, I'm going to keep going fast. In terms of just overall general policies, in terms of transportation, so this is from the district, we will provide bus transportation to all non-Olathe meets, meaning any meet that is not within the district. If a meet is within the district, the kids can drive themselves if we have communicated that ahead of time. Otherwise, we'll have transportation to every single one. So, but regardless on that, we'll definitely be communicating that in all of our meet information sheets. So just kind of be on the lookout for that, and it'll be in the newsletters as well. And then alcohol, tobacco, drugs, vapes, etc. Don't. I don't think I need to discuss that. But if it's an issue, it's just going to be dismissal from the team. We're not going to deal with that. We don't want it in our program, and we don't think it goes with any of our overall philosophy. So don't do that. All right. Next, just in terms of attendance, I'll kind of move me over here so you can see it. But if you're not at practice, you don't get to compete. Just plain and simple. There's kind of some examples of excused and unexcused absences over on the right. Basically, don't abuse our trust. This isn't something that you just choose to pick and come as you go. Bottom line, if you don't want to be here, then don't be here. We're looking for people that want to do something special. And so and that's fine. It's not a big deal if you don't want to be here. We want you to go do something that you want to do, and we want you to do that really well. But if you want to be here, you have to be here. And then the only other part of that is if you're sick, stay home, especially right now. But that means both from school and from practice. That being said, you should still email. And one other thing, if you're healthy enough to come to school, then you are healthy enough to be at practice. So, just kind of think of it like that. So, but that's in terms of attendance. Again, you got to be here, and there's nothing else we can really say. So just kind of help us out with that. All right. Lastly, kind of in terms of the bottom lines for the athletes, be on time, be here. If you need to schedule stuff, schedule it outside that 3:20 to 5:30 time frame. Don't abuse our trust. Be honest and timely with your communication. And then, we've said it several times, but if you want to be here, you have to be here. Pure, plain and simple. And if you don't, that's totally okay. We'd rather you go do something that you really want to do and want you to be really good at that. It is choosing and making sacrifices, and that's kind of a part of the real world, and we operate in the real world, so we want to help the kids kind of figure that stuff out. But if you're going to be here, we want you to get everything out of it that you can, and we want to help you do that. All right, last one is kind of you guys as parents. We want you guys to be enthusiastic. We want you to encourage the kids. We want you to be interested. And that just means being excited. Be the parents that you guys already are, because you guys are awesome. Next, we want you to help facilitate this athlete independence, self-discipline, being able to take responsibility for themselves. And that just is as simple as, instead of you emailing us something, have the kids do it. Make the kids come and talk to us. We're not going to be mean. We're going to be real with them and give them a safe opportunity to, kind of experience the real world. And then real quick, just talking about in terms of when we're at meets, we want you to be there, but you need to watch from the stands. We wouldn't come down onto a basketball court in a basketball game. We wouldn't come down onto the field in a football game. Please watch in the stands. Give the kids space. Let them compete and do everything that they really can from up there. That's it. I'm really excited for this year. It's been a long time since we've done anything, and I'm really ready to rock and roll. So thank you. Let me know if you have any questions, and we're going to do this. Always compete.